Diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI for short, has been a primary topic for Simpson College's Foundations 2 class this spring. These three words hold a lot of power and form the groundwork of a topic having been discussed for years. DEI encompasses a wide array of people with different races, ethnicities, genders, and backgrounds. Understanding what DEI stands for and its place in the world is vital information, and even more so on a college campus. While Simpson College may be a diverse campus, schools and colleges weren't always diverse and inclusive.
Over the course of American history, it has been important that we make education accessible for all kinds of people regardless of race, religion, sexuality, and gender. Although there is still a struggle today to be completely inclusive, times were much worse before the 21st century. There have been several landmark cases to get us to where we are now. The first one being the 1896 law case named Plessy v. Ferguson, which ruled that separate but equal facilities were constitutional, and the decision upheld the principle of racial segregation over the next half-century. The ruling provided legal justification for segregation on trains and buses and in public facilities such as hotels, theaters, and schools. Then, in 1954, Brown v. Board of Education was a landmark decision of the U.S. Supreme Court in which the court ruled that U.S. state laws establishing racial segregation in public schools are unconstitutional, even if segregated schools are otherwise equal in quality. In effect of Brown v. Board, there was the Little Rock Nine, which was a group of 9 African American students enrolled in the Little Rock Central High School in 1957. Their enrollment was followed by the Little Rock Crisis, in which the students were initially prevented from entering the racially segregated school by the governor of Arkansas, and it was forced to shut down, creating a national spark. Another important timeline is the Title IX, which was founded in 1972. It prohibited sex-based discrimination in any school or any other educational program that receives funding from the federal government. Within the last year, Simpson College has taken great strides to improve DEI on campus by creating SC 111, Foundations 2, for all first years to take. We interviewed 5 Simpson College freshmen and asked what they thought about DEI on campus following the conclusion of this class.
My name is Maggie Fitzpatrick. I'm a freshman at Simpson, and I'm studying computer science and social justice.
Hi, I'm Marcus Colsar. I'm a first-year student here at Simpson, and I study criminal justice.
Hi, my name is Elijah. I'm a first year at Simpson College, and I'm majoring in criminal justice, minoring in environmental science and history.
Hi, my name is Ned Kennedy. I am majoring in political science and history, and I'm a freshman.
Hi, my name is Jay Jensen. I'm a freshman here at Simpson College, and my major is sports administration.
Say yeah, in the classroom, I know a lot of times we're talking about a lot of diversity, equity, and inclusion. My one class I'm taking, race and ethnic relations, we talk about it all the time. That's kind of the main basis of the class. So in the classroom, I think it's pretty well represented.
Here at Simpson, I believe they do a very good job. They include, a lot of articles and a lot of videos and just conversations from all branches of religions, cultures, colors of the skin. Overall, they do a well-rounded job, especially for us first years in Foundations.
Yes, I feel like we are all equal in the classroom and out of the classroom. So I feel like it is well known to everyone. DEI rocks.
I would say, yeah. I have a professor who pretty much does the whole course idea. I would say other courses like political science, not really. We're just talking about the political systems of countries, and that doesn't really involve DEI.
I think it's definitely talked about, like with the new curriculum, they're trying to incorporate it more, but I think it's kind of falling flat, and the conversations seem really forced and tend to be dominated by white, cis, straight males.
Yes, I feel like it has done good. So me being from Houston, I didn't even hear about that until I got to Simpson College. So I think they're doing a fantastic job.
Kind of just spreading like awareness about it, because me coming from a small town, I didn't really have any outlet for any like diversity or inclusion like stuff, whether it was like race or like sexual orientation or anything like that. So I think they do a pretty good job of like making people aware of it and making everybody kind of feel welcomed at Simpson.
I think some stuff that they did good or have done good is they try to ask the hard questions that some people who may have been raised in a small town community or here in the Midwest, or someone like me who grew up in Hawaii and grew up isolated from the world, they bring up those conversations and they try to crack our stereotypes that we've made and our implicit biases we've had in our communities and stuff like that back home.
I think they are willing to make changes and admit that they've had problems in the past and get faculty and students' opinions related to that. But I don't know if they're taking into consideration like what the students actually want done about it. Like they're asking what they have problems with, but then they're not really using that to lead the change they're making.
Some stuff I think they can do is probably start off with just a simple like maybe have all students take some type of implicit bias test or culture test to see actually what type of students have what type of stereotypes and stuff like that. Other than that, they do a pretty good job here, so overall.
I think, like I said in the last point, just focusing more on what the students actually want, specifically like people who are part of marginalized groups, because I feel like they're just kind of talking about what they think will help rather than using students' opinions and experiences to guide their solutions.
I can't really think of anything off the top of my head that they could do better right away. I guess the main point of a lot of the things is focus a lot on race. And one thing that's kind of coming up more and more is sexual orientation and gender identity. So I guess that is maybe one thing that they could do a little bit more rather than just race.
A great benefit to learning about DEI in college is to prepare us for the workforce. While many of us may already have jobs, it is never too late to learn how to be a better coworker. Learning about DEI helps us prepare for the people we will be working with, to understand different cultures so as to not accidentally offend anyone we may be working with. It is also beneficial as it will be able to help us improve our businesses, as we will know how to work with people regardless of race and understand that a diverse workspace is more effective than a business which is not. In conclusion, we have come a long way when it comes to DEI on college campuses. Simpson College has been making strides to better the campus as well as student knowledge of DEI in order to prepare us for the future. While there is still progress to be made, we believe Simpson is taking the steps to better the future of all students who step foot onto its campus.